The final of the big three E's from the evaluative criteria is equity. Basically, we're concerned about fairness here. Fairness in how we distribute the costs, the benefits, and the risks of the policy across the population as a whole or the target population. Very often, the issue of equity comes up when we're concerned with redistributive policies. These are policies where you take from one group, something like income, taxation, something like that, and give it to another group for their benefit. These are zero-sum games where one group loses and the other wins. The easy way to think about this is the old Robin Hood, take from the rich, give to the poor. Clearly highly controversial and highly political. When we think about equity, we're often concerned with two different types of equity, process equity versus outcome equity. What's the difference between the two? Outcome equity is the easier one to see. We can look to see which groups bore the brunt of the costs, which groups benefited from the policy, and further, which groups were at risk from the policy. Process equity is a little bit harder to see. It refers to the decision-making process. Is it voluntary, open, fair to all participants? We look to see if the rules that determine the process are fair. Basically, who is going to be advantaged by it. Although policymakers tend to lean very heavily upon effectiveness and efficiency, because of the highly political nature of equity, sometimes this evaluative criterion can overrule effectiveness and efficiency. The policy that is fairest may not always be the most effective or the most efficient. But for some policymakers, especially in election years, equity can really matter.